off the windmill. Whoa! He's climbing onto the top of it. Oh, boys!
Well, this landmark ruling on the Bell Hotel could well be appealed by his government. It'll be very interesting to see what happens there. Karen McIver is the branch secretary of Epping Forest Reform UK. We'll also speak in a second to Henry Bolton, the international border control expert. But Karen, let me ask you first what you make of the government's plan here, their moves and all of this, what you think of what Dan Jarvis just said there.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me on, Peter. It's quite sad that they're absolutely in denial about this hotel. This particular hotel in Epping is next to a secondary school. The whole reason that we're protesting so strongly and so peacefully is the proximity to the school. The children are going to school beginning of September. They're going to be walking past this hotel, and it's inappropriate. I think they should reconsider. I think they should accept that they've lost this case and just move on. Move the people out, process them at the hotel, whatever the outcome is, detain, deport, whatever the outcome is, and just close this hotel. This hotel is inappropriate, and that's what we've been calling for.
Where do you think these people should go?
Well, that's a job for the government to decide, because they're clearly not trying to put people off coming, because they're coming in their droves. So I actually think they should go around the back of Downing Street and around the back of where Yvette Cooper lives and where Keir Starmer lives and all their families live, and see how they like it.
The dispute over the Bell Hotel in Epping is moving into a crucial new stage. Tomorrow, the Court of Appeal will hear challenges from Labour and the hotel's owners as they seek to overturn a ruling that blocked the site from housing asylum. Seekers. Earlier this week, Epping Forest District Council secured an interim injunction against Sandy Hotels Limited, the Bell Hotel's owners. The High Court ordered that by September 12th, all asylum seekers must vacate the premises. Locals and councillors welcomed the decision, calling it a victory for community safety and local control. After weeks of protests and pressure, but the celebrations may be of life. Labour and Sandy Hotels have filed appeals in an attempt to reopen the hotel to migrants. At the same time, the Home Office is pushing to rejoin the case after being excluded earlier this month. If successful, the government could directly influence proceedings and even pursue its own appeal, depending on the outcome. Security Minister Dan Jarvis has said Labour remains committed to closing all asylum hotels by 2029, a manifesto pledge. However, he stressed closures must happen in what he described as a managed and ordered way, not through sudden action by councils. For Sandy Hotels, the case is also financial, with lucrative government contracts at stake. This dispute has attracted national attention because of the role of local residents. Their protests and campaigning spurred the council into legal action, turning the case into a test of how grassroots pressure can shape national asylum policy. Meanwhile, Reform UK, led by Nigel Farage, is set to propose abolishing the Human Rights Act and replacing it with a British Bill of Rights, applying only to citizens and legal residents. The plan would end asylum claims from small boat arrivals, with critics dismissing it as unworkable. Both developments show how immigration continues to dominate Britain's political debate.